Good afternoon. Back with you with an earlier recap today. What a day in the markets. I mean, let's take a look again. Looks like the NASDAQ was kind of finishing strong towards the end of the day, but most of the day was kind of choppy. Opened up in the 260s as low as the 260, yeah, 260, just 262 to 260. So it's down and then uptrended towards the end of the day. S&P, that's the wrong one. S&P, there we go. Again, what a move in the afternoon here from 2 o'clock to the 4 o'clock. Mover right here. Let's look at the Dow Jones. Same thing. Okay, it moves in the afternoon. What a beautiful runner. And if you take a look at our watch list, 21st of September, we posted a watch list. And what was the last thing we put here? We'll not be trading in the morning on September 21st, but this is our watch list. We will reflect on it later to see how they performed, inclusive of the day's movers, as we look to start trading the afternoons again. Now, why do you think I would say that on September 20th? Go back and take a look at when this watch list was posted. They're all time-stamped. Now, why would I be talking about looking to trade the afternoons again? Well, because if you look at the NASDAQ, let's take a look here. So, yeah, 6-month chart. You can see that we have entered this choppy era. Let me, this is Dow Jones, mind you. I'll show you NASDAQ. They all look the same. The markets tend to follow the same indices here. Let me just expand this for the last 15 days. This choppiness you see right here, down, up, down, up, down, up. Finally, we're starting to get a push. So why was I interested in trading the afternoons? Well, because historically, it looks to me like the market has been dipping in the mornings. Dipping in the mornings. Dipping in the mornings. I guess we had a couple spikes here, but more so dipping in the mornings. Okay, and now we're going back to the beginning of September. Dipping in the mornings. Dipping in the mornings. Dipping in the mornings. Do I need to show you some more? NASDAQ. Same thing. Dipping. 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 Okay. Dipping. Yeah, we had a bit of crash in the afternoon here. Okay. But typically speaking, it looks like the mornings have been horrible for NASDAQ, Dow Jones, the S&P. Okay. And that's just a sign of the market environment that we're in right now. Typically, stocks that dip in the morning tend to run in the afternoon. Now, again, nothing is a perfect or exact science in the stock market. So we have some days where they crash, right? But we're looking at how to stack the odds in our favor and to succeed. Look again here, dipping, dipping. And then this is following a nice uptrend that we had there towards the end of August, early September. So that's what it was. Taking a look at the stocks that were alerted. Let's go through them one by one. ONTX. So ONTX today had a had a beautiful little morning spike here from the 37s to the 43s. And what were we talking about here? So horrible long-term chart, but could have a continuation play to test the 40s in a morning spike. Remember, all we're looking for is that 0.03 move. So 03, so 3 pennies on a 37 stock is your 10%. And this thing moved 20% in the morning. So you could have very well had your fantastic 10%, be done with the day and walk away to the next stock, or walk away and go and drink a coffee and live your life. AQB, I don't think was moving very much. Yeah, AQB just kind of looks like it's consolidating up here, but you never know. This thing could retest the 520s and run again. So definitely on watch for September 22nd and onwards. EVGN was the other one we're looking at. What a beautiful day on that, right? Like, it moved from the 290s to the 3s for a break of 345 here. And of course, it had to travel quite a bit to break out, so it reversed. What do we say about EVGN? If it can hold the 3s and spike, it's a bullish sign. Well, did it do it? Absolutely it did it. You had the A, B, C, and then boom, the spike right here. Or don't buy the spike, buy the pullback, right? If it holds above 3, which it did, this is 305, and then it runs again to the 350s. You had 15% right here. Okay? Many people wait years to get 15% on their RSPs and 401ks and all that with professionals managing their funds. So what does that tell you about how the entire financial world's set up? Doesn't add up. If you can make 15% inside of, what is this, inside of an hour, why should you have to wait for a whole year? Okay. So, yeah. Next one, PRTK. Okay, not much on PRTK, right? So the thing is, it's not random. It's just that the stock has to show you what you're looking for. So what were we looking for PRTK? Well, it reminds me of PIX. Why? Because it was testing the multiple highs. So we thought this thing can run past the 670s. And that's what we said. If the break of 670 happens, this one can go. Watch it for a break of 672. And this stock was on September 18th. Watch this as well. Looks like it didn't decide to run. Now it's consolidating. Maybe tomorrow retest the highs, and the following day it'll run on September 23rd. Who knows? The point is it's near its highs. It's consolidating up here, so it's good to pay attention to it. ALDX. Okay, same thing. We're looking for the highs of the 750s. Not the most volatile stock, right? So we're expecting that it's not going to run. But if it breaks 750, it can run, mindful of the overall market conditions. So the market took a giant dip in the morning. This is a NASDAQ stock. So if I go and take a look at NASDAQ this morning, to no surprise, we had the exact same sort of dipping action right here. Dipped all the way to 1045 before it started running up. So yeah, so NASDAQ stock likely is going to dip as well. All right. So again, we weren't trading the morning because, like I said, mornings have typically been horrible recently. They've been dipping and they've been kind of ripping in the afternoon off of some areas of support. So our trades today were on CRDF, which showed up on our percent gainer scan, and ALYI. So let's talk about CRDF and what we saw. So CRDF, zooming back here, was a previous runner. It showed that it could spike on good news. And then, as the case usually is on the first major spike, there was a massive pullback. And when it showed that it could consolidate, well, this is your standard A, B, C, D portion of the pattern right here. Now, it tried breaking out a couple times today, and it failed. And it was until the afternoon. But there is a sign here that you need to pay attention to. When a stock keeps testing its highs once, twice, 3 times, and 4 times, it wants to go. So if a stock wants to go, it's a good thing to pay attention to, especially when it matches your trend lines, especially when it's starting to increase its trend lines. Out in the last video recap, I talked about how when a stock is starting to decrease its trend lines, it's a sign to get out. Well, this thing is the opposite. This is increasing its trend lines, so it's a sign to get in. Okay, especially off of VWAP, which is the price action where the price area where the price is rebounding off of. Not once, right? Twice, 3 times, 4 times. Okay, so testing the highs multiple times, bouncing off of VWAP multiple times. Trend lines are indicating an upwards trend. We have news, and to boot, Twitter's firing up. Everyone's going nuts about the stock. It's one of the top percent gainers in the market, and to boot, it's a low float stock, 23 million shares, and it's traded what? 19. So it's almost traded its entire float today. All the odds are in our favor, so there's no surprise that at 246 we were alerting this at in the 1080s, 1085s. Okay, a little bit of a hard pullback here, so we got out and took a very minute profit for 70 bucks on a $10,800 position, right? Because this was a trend reversal, and we watched it until it showed another trend reversal. And when it showed that it could finally take that 1090s area out again with convincing volume, we joined back in 1095, I believe it was entry, or 1094, somewhere in there, and sold in the 1160s 45 minutes later. Nice $700 move here. Nice, I guess, a little minute $70 move right here as well. So overall, 770 on CRDF before the close. And what a powerful finish, 1186. And this is usually what the formation of a short squeeze looks like. A lot of shorts pile in too early. They're proud of it. They post about it all on Twitter. And then they get squeezed, and a lot of buyers come in because this stock actually has good news today, which was released in the afternoon. Again, to no surprise. Now look at this spike. From 202 to 4 p.m. So the last 2 hours of market, this thing spiked. Well, it's a NASDAQ stock. Let's take a look and see if NASDAQ did the same thing. To no surprise, from 250 until 4 p.m., so a little bit later, but still, the afternoon was a massive spike in the NASDAQ. Again, 80% of stocks, they follow the market. So to no surprise that CRDF was caught in an upwards trend. And to no surprise, we're talking about this being something that we're adjusting to as we go into a different market environment. We're going to start trading the afternoons. We'll publish the morning watch list, but the trades are likely going to have to happen in the afternoon when the stocks prove themselves. The next one that was running was on our new highs of the day watch. So ALYI came up on there. I mean, this is a penny stock in the OTC world, but what a powerful move again. Nice spike, nice pullback, nice spike, nice pullback, nice spike. So once we showed that this thing can actually break the previous highs at 0.95, 0.96, we were in, we alerted it. You can take a look at it. Sorry, not here. Right here is where we entered it, okay? We got caught in the next pullback a little bit, but because it was holding near its breakout, we held through this dip, and the goal was to sell in the twos, okay? Really important that you don't get caught by the price and you get caught by the percentage gain. We got it at 0.195 out of 0.22 just before it kind of topped up in the high here. And that was our goal. It was 12.8% from 3:30 p.m. to, what was that? Around 3:50 or something like that. Yeah, right here, 3:50. So what are you looking at? 20 minutes, 25 minutes? And people wait years to get 12% on their mutual funds and RSPs or 401ks or wherever they're holding their funds, you know? So yeah, $975 position in this breakout right here at 0.95, and sold for a $125 profit 30 minutes later, which is 12.8%. 50,000 shares in, 50,000 shares out. Yeah, so our initial strategy was to hold this overnight because this has good news. First solid green day, right? First solid green day on good EV news, which is running in sympathy to Tesla still, and then volume has come in. I mean, this will probably gap up tomorrow, and if it wasn't for the market environments that are overall very choppy, we'd be holding this overnight for a spike tomorrow morning. Now, why we didn't do that? Two reasons: it met our goals, it met our 10%, and the second reason, if I can show you NWBO, which was another OTC play, not too long ago, we had an exact same pattern. It closed strong, and then it opened up slightly higher, then took a massive dive. And then after that, it's just kind of been doing nothing here. So that's why we just took our safe profits and decided not to kind of overextend our welcome. But, nonetheless, was this in June or July? Something like this would have probably ran the next days, which means that ALYI would have probably been a fantastic hold for an overnight and sell into the 3s and 4s tomorrow. Okay, so a bit of a shorter recap today. There really wasn't much more else to talk about. Just wanted to kind of give you a bit of insight as to adjusting and adapting to market environments. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. We'll see you for tomorrow's watch list later on.